What's up, guys? This is GC Off-Road. Today we're going to be building a high lift jack mount that attaches to my roof rack on my 97 Jeep. So here's the jack I'll be using for today's project. It's a 48-inch Harbor Freight high lift farm jack, and I'll be mounting it to that roof rack up there. I got to pull it off here and clean it up and get it ready for paint. So before I go through all that, I want to make sure I have all my accessories and attachments that I'm going to be installing on it. So what I've got to work with here is this couple of 5/8 inch by 5 inch bolts. You can see they don't really fit right now. It's because the holes in this are oblong instead of perfectly round. So I'm going to have to grind down flats on both sides of it, which really ain't a problem. Here I've got the piece of metal I'll be using. It's 3/16 thick, 1.5 inches wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and sketch out what idea I've got to work with here, and I'll show y'all when I come back. So I did some measurements, and I'm gonna need 2 inches of offset from the roof rack. That way the base and everything clears it like it's supposed to. This is kind of the design of the roof rack. Now what I'm gonna do is bring it out, down at an angle, into a flat, and then taper back and go back to the roof rack. And it'll be welded onto it, so it'll be pretty solid. I'll have a hole drilled through it for the bolt to come through. And I'll put the one of the nuts at the base of it to act as a spacer. That way the jack properly seats up against the plate steel. Then the jack will go on. And then I'll make a plate to secure the outside with, and then the wing nut. It's not really that great of an illustration, but I think y'all get the idea. But here's the design I have. I'm gonna put I'm gonna notch this right here to make it bend easier. Do the same thing right here. We're gonna notch this for 2 bends right here. Before I bend all these into place and then weld them up, I've got to drill this hole out and step it out to 5/8. So I just got these bent up. You see the way I cut them, or scored them and then bent them. This one's 2 inches taller than that one. That one's 4 inches. This one is 6 inches. So I'm gonna run these over the Jeep, test fit them to make sure I don't need to put no more bend in it. And if it's all good, we'll bring it back over, burn in a couple of beads to fill these gaps in. All right, there you can see how that'll mount up, and it'll just be welded on to the tubes. I'm about to do some work to this thing, clean it up. I'm gonna mount this one back here, and then I'll figure out the spacing I need, but this other one will mount somewhere up here. All right, so since it's gonna fit, I'm gonna go ahead, try to burn in these welds real quick before it gets dark on me. All right, guys, so day 2 of updating the roof rack. I just got to the house and starting to unbolt the rack from the roof. I gotta undo the light bar and wiring harness, take 2 bolts out on this side, and we'll pull the rack off, take it on the back, and start cleaning it up. All right, guys, so I just got everything welded up, and I started touching up the paint. I knocked off as much of the rust as I could get, and I started bed lining it again using the Rust-Oleum bed liner. I've got 3 cans. I just burnt through 1 can and getting ready to start on the second one. I'm painting the whole underside of it and what I can get on the top, and then I'm gonna put it up on the roof of the Jeep and then go through and touch everything up, let it cure out for a day or 2, and yeah, be good to go. All right, guys. So I just got the roof rack put back on the Jeep. I've got the high lift on the mount, and I'm gonna switch over here real quick, show y'all how it turned out. There's what it looks like. I'm gonna drill a hole through one of the bolts and slip a small padlock through it to make sure no one, you know, takes this thing and unhooks it and takes off with it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. That's my homemade high lift jack mount. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Maybe give you, some ideas on how you can mount one yourself. As always, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can check me out on Facebook and Instagram at GC Off-Road.